What's up, Vegas? Welcome to the Slaughterhouse. Perfect!
We're live.
Hey,
we did it.
There we go.
I'm always concerned whether or not I've put that intro video on loop. And I was like, oh, I should double check, make sure it doesn't play twice.
I've been listening to it on a loop myself to try and figure out the clicking of the password to figure out your password.
Oh yeah, it's just
Yeah,
hear
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I have
you
it.
Log in anytime.
Golden Ken is what I come up with.
That's exactly what it is. The password to the Slaughterhouse is Golden Ken. Actually, I just changed it to Golden Ken Kenda. So
I think we should come up with our own award show once a year where we go to thrift stores and buy Ken dolls and paint them golden Oscars and give up Golden Ken awards.
Perfect. I'm down for that.
All right.
I've already got a mass collection of Ken dolls already. I'll just start painting them gold. Perfect. It's unrelated. But
your daughter's crying in the corner, like, not now.
At least they're to scale to what her collectability is. All right. Well, Adam, hello, and good morning from Australia.
Well, thank you. Good evening from Canada. Thank you for having me on. This is very exciting.
That's right. I'm still waking up. Excuse me while I have a sip of caffeine.
Just pure. There's not coffee. It's just a cup of caffeine.
Yeah, it's just pure caffeine. All right. So you hit me up with an idea that you'd come up with.
Yes.
Well, you'd already largely executed it, and you're like, "Hey, check this out."
Right.
And I was like, "This is amazing." It was the best thing I'd seen in a long time, and continues to be.
Need to get out more.
Yeah, maybe. I still need to get out and get a haircut and a beard trim, but I've decided I'm not going to pay anyone to do it anymore. And so now that I'm taking control of it myself, I'm just lazy and haven't done it. I'll do it.
You should open a second channel called Sergeant Slaughter's Barber House. It's just you cutting your hair. But it's like
if the next time
watching the stream.
Yeah. If the next time I do a live, I'm like this, then you know it didn't go well. All right, we've got a couple of people in the chat already.
Oh, beautiful.
Dale, hello everybody, and Yo Joe.
Yo Joe, Dale.
And Dave, good morning and good afternoon, guys. Hello, Dave E. What's the E stand for, Dave? Or is that a secret? Easy E.
Yeah. Dave, excellence.
Yeah, I reckon it is excellence. Yeah.
Right.
Party on, Dave.
Party on.
So Josh Super Duty 12 says, "Hey guys, and Yo Joe, good morning."
Your stream chat's alive with people just Yo Joeing it up. I love it.
Oh yeah, we'll accept Full Force as well.
Full Force is great.
Oh, and he's back. I don't know where he went, but he's back. Welcome back. We already said hi to you, Dale, but welcome back.
You're back again. We like it.
We got Bread C29. Hey guys.
Did you see the Bret Hart picture out today?
Did I see it?
Yeah, so he went, I guess, to Starbucks and he told him his name was Brett and they wrote bread on the cup.
That's great.
So Brett trending in Canada right now.
Oh geez. All right, so we found out that Dave's the E is his last name. Oh, yep, that makes sense. That checks out.
Yep. That
Classified is a channel member. Good morning.
Morning,
Classified having a birthday on Monday, so happy birthday to Classified for Monday. Monday.
I gotta talk about Classified in a second.
Oh, sweet. Woodman29 says, "Hello, Sergeant. Everyone. Everyone's a sergeant, or hello?"
I think you're the sergeant and I'm everyone.
Nice. You're my everyone, mate.
That's how I take it.
Rolando Flores. Hello. Well, hello.
Good day, sir. Good day.
Treasures for Trigger. Morning, gents. Here's a little thing for you. It's called Treasures for Trigger, but Trigger really is the treasure. You find that out in the journey.
Fantastic.
Davey, yeah, I was on the show a couple of weeks ago to talk about Soul Eagle Guerrero. Yeah, you were. Nice. Yeah, thanks for jumping in on that one. Looking forward to getting that figure. If I'm gonna, I've got myself down for one of those figures so far, and it's definitely that one. All right, so we're not
pull off the miracle of getting a $1, you can pull off getting any figure.
Right. And Kendar.
And Kendar. That's coming.
I'm 3 for 3 as far as Mattel are concerned. But we're not here to talk about Mattel. We're only here for a short time today, less than an hour, in fact.
Right, a nice tight hour.
Yeah, nice tight. Keep it tight because you can't really tell because it's blurry behind me. But after this stream, we're all gonna jump over and check out Adam on GoFigures. This is the link. I've pinned it in the comments. So after here, it is Emmanuel. Of course, Emanuele. Of course. It's all making sense now. All right. Excuse me. I'm waking up.
Yeah, you're also buying time.
Yes. I get you. Yes. So now that I've gushed about Sol Eagle Guerrero, my pronunciation I'm probably butchering. Yes. Excuse my ignorance for that brief moment, but yes, Dave E, of course it is. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that one figure at least.
Yeah.
And Blewz, channel member Blewz, good day, people. Good day to you. Thanks for dropping in. So we're here to talk about. Well, we don't know what it is. What we're talking about. It's Sarge's new ride. That's as much as I know.
Yeah, his new bling. So this whole adventure started when my buddy was cleaning out his garage, and he said, "Hey, I got a GI Joe tank in my garage. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yeah, 100%. You want that GI Joe tank?" Very quickly, I realized it was not a GI Joe tank. It was the shell, just the basic shell of the Leonard Corp tanks.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And so I was like, it'd be fun to do a video just like slamming the core, just like how lame were the core, and to let that be the whole gist of the video.
You're spitting just absolute trash right now, mate, because I love the core.
So this is the thing, I was like, you know what? I think there's enough guys on the internet kind of spitting trash. Yeah. I don't want to be that guy. And the whole genesis of my channel was like, I want to rescue toys, right? Like that's my whole thing. The whole idea behind GoFigure was like, we want to take things out of the junk bin and put them onto shelves again. How do we do that? So I was like, okay, how do I get this shell of a core tank onto a shelf again? And that started the idea of like, okay, how do I make it my own? How do I make it special? And then I came to the conclusion that like the Triple T for me was always like an underwhelming vehicle for one of the best characters in Joe.
Right.
So, like, how do we give that an upgrade? And I know that there was like the Warthog, but to me that just looked like a small sand crawler from Star Wars.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't like a super tank. So then I was like, okay, how do we upgrade this into give Sarge something he's worthy of? Because Sarge is like this larger than life guy who's really, he was a Joe, he was a wrestler. He's like, he's the only Joe that you can like shake his hand. Like that's kind of a bananas thing. You can't shake Lion-O's hand or He-Man's hand, but you can go shake Sergeant Slaughter's hand, which is kind of
right. Yeah.
Real. So I was like, he deserves a better ride. So then that started the whole idea of how do we get from point A to point C and fill in the gaps. So that was kind of what started it.
Well, I mean, I did give you a little insight into my thoughts on the Triple T, which we'll play sometime in this video that's coming up after this live. But I've never had an issue with the Triple T itself. I don't know if you've ever seen the concept art for the Triple T.
I haven't, no.
So I should have gone and found it. I think it was on 3D Joe's actually. And some of the early conception art for the Triple T was basically it looked like a jet fighter, but with the wings removed and the back tail removed, so just the cockpit of it, with the tank treads underneath, and sometimes it was drawn with just giant tires on the side of it. So it was like if you think about what the Slaughterhouse looks like in G.I. Joe the movie, where it's just cobbled together with old military bits and pieces.
Yeah,
it was like that. Like he just like found a cockpit, slapped some giant tires on it, big engine on the back, and that's basically what it was.
Okay.
So for me, I guess I guess when you're buying Sergeant Slaughter back in the day, right? You're really buying the figure and getting a bonus chunk of plastic.
Yeah.
Right. The selling point isn't the tank.
No.
But I mean, I'm a complete apologist when it comes to the Triple T. I was like, no, it's the best thing ever. But if I had to rank it in, my preference, I mean, I consider the Equalizer to be his Marauder's vehicle because he's on the box.
Mm-hmm.
The Warthog's very good, and then you got the Triple T. I guess there wasn't really. I don't know what you would consider a vehicle for the mail away version. But yeah, obviously there isn't one. But I would put it in order. What's that?
Whatever one he wanted.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But I would put it down to the Warthog is probably the best of the three. The Warthog, the Equalizer, and then the Triple T in order of preference.
Right.
Because that Warthog is just gorgeous.
So I love the fact that it was like you could go in water, like it was very versatile. It had a lot of play to it. Didn't look slick in my mind, but it did have a lot of play, right? It was, So
looks like a cube. Looks like a cube on treads. Yeah,
exactly. But the whole Slaughterhouse being cobbled together was really the inspiration for what I did for the new tank. Right. So, and I go through it in the video that we're going to jump to after, but things need to make sense in my mind. Like, we can't just make a toy for the sake of making a toy. It needs to kind of make sense.
Yeah.
I was like, what would happen if Sergeant Slaughter was like shot down behind enemy lines? Let's say it was Tunnel Rat's fault. It's somebody's fault. And then, so he shot down behind enemy lines. He comes across like an enemy junkyard, and he's like, well, I'm going to take what's here. I'm going to build an escape vehicle. Right. And then he just liked it so much, he just started using it on the regular. So that was kind of the storyline behind putting together what we have here.
So he puts it together behind enemy lines, and then later on slaps his own name on it and goes, yeah, this is fine. Yeah.
This is exactly what it needs to be. So it was a lot of that cobbled together, pieces from here, pieces from there. Old military stuff, new military stuff, just like garbage that was laying around to kind of make a weapon out of it. So that was kind of like a MacGyver or A-Team vibe.
Yeah, no, I love it. Dale reckons that the Warthog or Triple T, if you didn't have those around, it would go with the Havoc. I like the Havoc. I know a lot of people say, oh, the top is, open and an issue. But if I don't have an issue with the Triple T, which is obviously front open, I'm not going to have a problem with the Havoc either. Gazz is in the house. Trying to remember Gazz. Hello, Gazz.
There he is.
Everyone knows Gazz.
Yeah, he's like Norm at Cheers.
Gazz is my YouTube security blanket. You know that if Gazz is in the chat, everything's going to be all right.
We're going to be okay.
We're going to be okay. Gazz is here.
That's fantastic.
So we put it out there to should I throw up some images? You want me to throw up some pictures of it now?
You can do some big reveals here of the actual.
Yeah.
We put a silhouette up earlier, but here's the actual beast.
Yeah. So check out this.
There it is. And all of its glory.
Yeah, I can see what you mean by how he's gone and just cobbled together whatever industrial-sized beams they are in the front there for what is called the maggot masher. Even
the cockpit, like the gunner chair, I made it out of like diamond plate metal.
Oh yeah.
So it just kind of looked like welded together as quickly as it could be, just somewhere to sit.
Don't know if we said hello to Nolan yet, but hello, Nolan.
Nolan, how are you doing, sir?
Yeah. So talk us through what we're looking at.
So again, it was the basic shell of that lantern tank, and so there was some hatches that were missing, and things. So I wanted to inherently make all of the like quintessential lantern stuff go away and replace it with Joe stuff. So the one thing on this tank that bothered me the most was, if you can see by the chair, there's that yellow missile.
Oh yeah.
There was like a pop down door that had a tiny little machine gun on it. It was like this hidden machine gun. And I was like, if you're driving a tank, why is a hidden machine gun going to surprise anybody?
That's true.
You're like, oh, there's a tank, but I don't think there's any guns.
We got one more gun hidden here.
There you
go. Say hello to Ryan. Hello, Ryan.
Sir. And so I said, we're going to get rid of that. So I closed that up, and then I came up with this little, just kind of bunker there to house a missile on a peg. Because every G.I. Joe vehicle has to have at least one missile on a peg. That's like the quintessential.
Yeah.
It needs to have that. So I said, we'll get rid of that. Another thing with that gun was there was an exposed screw on it. And I was like, that to me as a kid was like, oh, that's cheap. That's not a G.I. Joe vehicle because there's exposed screws and that kind of thing, hinges. Whereas G.I. Joe, as fragile as some of it was all like plastic, and it all looked like it belonged. Yeah. So go ahead.
We got a fan of the Corps with Dale here. You would treat the Corps like a civilian army, and he would be saying this the whole time we used to get an idea for a vehicle.
Yeah, beautiful.
I think I butchered reading that, but yeah.
Sounds like he likes it, so thank you. I appreciate that. So we put a missile on there where hey,
Corey's in the house.
Corey's in the house.
What's up?
Yeah, so actually, Corey was the first person I talked to on the concept of this whole thing. Because I said it was going to be about the Corps. So I was like, hey, can you put together a stop motion piece for me? So I'm not going to reveal what that is because I think it's one of the pops of the video. So you'll see when you go over there. But he outdid himself. I was like, this is incredible. It's funny because I got it later at night, and I like woke my wife up. I'm like, look what the guy did. I was like, shh, watch, it's fantastic. And he
said, I didn't go too far, eh?
No, it was perfect. It was perfect. And he sent like a couple versions. I was like, watch this version. Like, it's the same. It's slightly different. Just pay attention. It was like Christmas morning, Corey. So I appreciate that. It was. I know stop motion is not a quick process. So hats off to you. It's a great moment.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. It's therapeutic for me sometimes just to kind of zone out and focus on something. So I enjoy it. So
there you go. So
we got fan of your stop motion, Corey.
Oh, I just want to chime in. I just looking at this thing. It looks great, Adam.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
I love that. Yeah, that top machine gunner with that hatched steel looking, the diamond mesh or whatever it's called. Yeah,
that's diamond plating. Yeah, it was really trying to be like a Mad Max cobbled together.
Yeah.
Escape vehicle.
Yeah, I love it.
So I put the missile on the side to get rid of that janky gun, and then there was two hatches in the front where, like, I guess Corps guys would pop out. But there wasn't a whole lot of detail there, and so they're missing the hatches. So I said I could print up and design hatches to have that, but instead I printed up like a plug that would fit into both of them, and design that up to put these like steel girders, this like battering ram on there. Yeah,
that's a great idea.
Like my homage to like the A-Team, right, where they would just take trash and make weapons out of it. And so if he was busting down enemy walls, that was going to be his. Essentially, it's a battering ram, and then we put some guns on it as well.
I like the ammo just hanging there off the gun.
Yeah, so that was when I came up with the gunner chair at the front there. Those front guns you can see, they were inspired by like a World War I biplane machine gun. And I was like, it would be funny if the Sarge like found like old school military stuff and was like, that's, it's like old and tough. And I actually got that inspiration from watching Waterworld with those planes that they had. Those old planes. He shoots his own tail out, and I was like, if the Sarge had a couple of those guns, would be great. And then I designed up the miniguns. I actually designed the miniguns. Hey, Slaughter Daughter's here. How's it going, Kelly?
Yeah, she's asked if we've named it yet. We haven't yet. We haven't got to the name.
I'm almost done with the rundown here, and then we can get to the name. But I have a theory that ever since I saw Predator, the movie, everything's better with a minigun.
Right, I agree.
I said, this guy's got to have two of them on there. So that's his main guns are World War I era biplane guns, and then his backup guns are just a couple of old painlesses out of the bag. So it's and the bullets hanging was a pretty neat process. I just printed them off like as a rigid line, and then I dip them in hot water, and they become very fluid. And then I just kind of rolled them over, and they ended up looking kind of natural like that. So it worked out really well. Yeah. So, and again, there was like the design process of getting the right things to fit in and seat in and kind of work and exist all together. Took some time, but once it came together, I was like, this is a fun thing. So that's kind of the design. All that it is. It's a battering ram with some machine guns ready to go, but it's large and is in charge. And I wanted to give it the same aesthetic as the Triple T. I wanted to kind of say like, this would be the big brother to the Triple T. So I wanted to have it white on top. And growing up in Canada, Corey can attest to this, or maybe not. But as a kid, the snow vehicles were always our favorite because we had a 9 month of the year playset outside.
Yeah. I had a snowcat. Yeah.
Yeah. So most of my Joe vehicles were white in color as a kid. So this fits in hits me in the nostalgia as well. And then as far as deco goes, like Sarge isn't going to be doing a whole lot of interior decorating on the thing. But hey there, how's it going? But I thought it'd be funny if he spray painted his name on there, because I don't think Sarge is going to hide away from who's actually there. I think he wants Cobra telling like, it was Sarge. His name was on the side of the thing. Yeah. So, yeah. He put Sergeant Slaughter on the side there, and he put Maggot Masher on the front of the battering ram. So the name of the battering ram is the Maggot Masher.
So we got a question from Dale saying, can you take off the minigun if he's out of the vehicle and use the weapon?
So the miniguns are designed to go onto pegs and off of pegs. I've glued these ones in place just because it's going up on a shelf and I don't want things falling over, but they are designed. I'm going to put all the plans and all the designs and all the pieces up for free on my Cults page. If anybody has an old core tank, they can download everything and print them off and have their own, whatever this thing gets to be called. So they are designed to come on and off, so he can use that. But the front guns do come off. So here's the front cannons, so he can put those in a bunker or do whatever he wants with them. The turret does come off there. So
that's cool.
He does have some mobility to it.
We got Treasures for Trigger saying, I would love to see a winter Sarge custom. Believe it or not, Sarge is currently wearing his winter outfit. He doesn't need sleeves.
No, exactly. That's as winter as he gets.
Yeah. And in fact, he's probably overheating.
Snake Eyes always look cold on the box art on the Snowcat, eh?
Yeah.
Next to Frostbite with the big winter jacket.
Exactly.
So why did you pick white as the color?
Again, I just followed what the Triple T was doing, right? The Triple T was white. This one was going to be white.
Gotcha. So so basically the upgrade.
Yeah.
Maggot Smasher is the best name. It's Maggot Masher, but Smasher is good too. Sergeant Smasher can have the Maggot Smasher.
Right. Sergeant Slammer can have the other one.
The Maggot Slammer. Yeah, this is look, I say this all the time whenever I watch any of your videos. You come up with it looks like it's easy the way that you do it and the way that you present it, but I know that I couldn't do half as whatever it is that you do, right? The creative side of it, the way your thought process as well when you're going through designs is just I'm always in awe of it. So everyone should definitely check out GoFigure's Adam's channel, GoFigure. Well, and check out Corbra Lang. Check out Corbra Lang's channel too. I don't plug anyone and then go, haha, tricked you. These guys are very good at what they do. The stop motion side, the creativity side of it all. These guys, I'm a hack, if anything, compared to these two. I just sit here and talk about how awesome these guys are.
Stop it. I appreciate the kind words though. It means more than you know.
I'm just yanking your chain, Dave. I'm just yanking your chain, buddy.
Half of what Zazel says is sarcasm, so we don't know if he actually likes our channels or not.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
I'm just curious with the creative process. Do you plan this all for like weeks in your mind before you start, or you just kind of play around and come up with something as you build it?
No, it's very much in my mind, right? So it started off with just like, what am I going to do with the tank? And when I figured out it was going to be a Sergeant Slaughter tank, because originally I was going to make it a Chuckles tank.
Oh, right.
Because Chuckles is one of my favorite guys, and I think he's underrated.
He doesn't need a launcher for the rocket. He would just pick it up and throw it, right?
You just pick it up and throw it.
Yeah.
But it came really, really hard to get a Chuckles Chuckles
Camo pattern.
because he's like Hawaiian shirt, kind of undercover. He's got a handgun. Like he's not a big and bold guy. So like his tank would be more like the Triple T, something small and like maneuverable, kind of like a Bobcat like lifter.
Right. Yeah.
So when I saw the size of the thing, because it's very, very big, I was like, okay, well, once I got into the Sergeant Slaughter, and then I said earlier, it needs to make sense story-wise in my head. Like, why does this exist? Right.
Right.
So once I came with the idea of like, yeah, Sergeant Slaughter's Slaughterhouse is pieced together. If he's trapped behind inmates, he's going to build something Mad Max style. Where do we go? So the first thing that I came up with was the rebar battering ram. And I was like, that's going to be great. And then the pilot seat was so, and the way that the rebar fits in and fits into those two plugs, that was the first design thing, was how do I design the piece that goes into those two, because it's on like a 13-degree angle and they're like separate, they got to be the right size. So that was a little bit of engineering. But once I got that plug done and then got the rebar going on, I was like, okay, now we're off to the races. And then it was the decision to go with the diamond plating for the gunner seat that really brought it for me. I was like, oh, no, I just gotta, in classic G.I. Joe fashion, throw some guns on there and some missiles and we're off to the races. But yeah, it came together nicely. And so, yeah, I you're sitting at home, watching TV with the family, you're eating supper and you're thinking about Sergeant Slaughter's tank in your mind.
Right. That's all I do.
Yeah.
So Gazz has very generously thrown in Adam's channel link, and Gazz has also thrown in Corbra Lang's channel link.
Thanks, guys.
Hit both those links and hit subscribe. You will not regret it, honestly, sincerely. You will not regret subscribing to these two guys if you haven't already. Just hit it. Hit those subscribe buttons on both those channels. Do it now. Do it now. I don't mind. Go for it.
Do it. Those old commercials. If you do it in the next 24 hours, extra bottle for free.
Nice. Subscribe to one, subscribe to another one free. This is a 2-for-1 deal. This is a twofer.
So then the next step, once I got it together and got it made, and it was very exciting. I was actually more excited about sending you the first picture than I was about like actually finishing. I was like, what is this? What's the Slaughterhouse going to think of this thing?
Right.
It's just like when you're a kid, when you get a new toy, you want to go to your friend's house and play with them. Look what I got. Let's do it. And so
you sent me a message saying, you want to see a sneak peek at something I'm working on? I'm like, yes. It could be, it doesn't even have to be Sergeant Slaughter related. You can say anything. You want to see a sneak peek at a golden Ken that I'm working on? Yes. I would like to see that, please.
Exactly.
Yeah. But this, I mean, it's just come out so well. And I'm in awe of it. It is honestly the perfect upgrade, in my opinion, to the Triple T. The problem is we got to give it a name.
Right. The biggest compliment, other than your gushing, was I have it sitting on my desk. So this is actually my office. So I keep my collection at my office,
Right.
And my office is at a church. So there's all kinds of people coming and going into the office. And someone came in my office and walked by, and they said, "Oh," and they were like a Joe fan. And they said,
Yeah.
I don't remember this tank. And I was like, "Oh, no, yeah, it's rare." And I just kind of didn't say anything. But the fact that they thought it was an actual Joe tank, I was like, okay, and it's accomplishing something then. Because part of my rule for all my customs is I just want them to be at the level of what came out at the time. So I want all my Motu customs to be flawlessly camouflaged within the vintage line. I don't want to have anything with like outrageous sculpting or big massive swords. It just needs to look like the era. So that's what I was really going for here.
Well, it looks appropriate for the time frame that it's supposed to exist in. I think that would sit seamlessly between the Triple T and the Warthog, in my opinion, as a logical upgrade and into that timeline. Yeah. Do you make the boxes too? If you do, that would be sweet.
So I haven't yet, but I've been working on box art, and I have a box guy who works for a company in here in Ontario called West Rock Paper, and so it's a possibility that this could be a box item sooner than later.
Sign me up. We have Peppermint Oil Capsule in the chat. Sorry I'm late. What did I miss? Well, we're about to name this thing, and we're just talking. We haven't really missed anything other than everything. So watch from the beginning and catch up at 2x speed. And if I'm looking at these rockets, that can only mean one thing, and that is Space Commander.
There you go.
Clutch.
So one of my favorite things about the Joe vehicles was the awesome names.
Right.
And I, as a kid, thought it was so cool that there was like a snow cat and then a tiger cat, where it was just like it was painted like a tiger.
Yeah.
They had a lot of fun,
yeah.
like a tiger fly, and Hasbro really had a lot of fun with those names. So I could come up with a name for this myself that would more fun to put it out to the community and say, like, let's celebrate this together and have some fun. And what do we want to call this thing?
Well, I mean, I put it out to the chat. I've got some in my community tab that I'll read out real quick, and then you can. You've got the ones from the Facebook one as well.
Yeah, I got them from the Facebook poll here.
Okay, so we'll go with Gazz said that he liked the Phoenix Driver because of the name. I wonder why.
Well, I want to say it's not just an homage to you.
Right.
This tank literally rose from the ashes of the junkyard.
Yeah.
Phoenix. So that was and then like a Phoenix Driver sounds like a wrestling move. So that was kind of the homage there.
Oh, of course. Well, I was under no assumption at all that it had anything to do with me, but
there was a wink and a nod there.
I'll take it anyway. But he's also gone with the Slaughter Cannon, which is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And then we had on the community tab, JLS Comics said he likes the Finisher, but another suggestion was the Super Destroyer Mark III, since Sergeant Slaughter was originally the Super Destroyer Mark II.
Right. That's a deep cut. I like that a lot.
Right. I do. I think that's actually pretty cool. Indian Toy Collector gave us the TPDCV, which means the Phoenix Driver Combat Vehicle.
That's very retro.
Yeah, I agree. And then we've got Skew Raider. Skew Raider. I can't read. And here I am reading. Skew Raider gave us 7 options. 7 options. So he really took a deep dive into this one, right? I got to get his name right, otherwise I feel like a piece of shit. Skew Raider. Number 1, Maggot Musher. Number 2, Itty Bitty Ditty. Number 3, the Order Up, which is a playoff. That's an order, or an order, which acronym being ANORDER. So an order, which would be the Attitude Nullifying Offensive Reconnaissance Detail Effective Rover. Then he came up. He's still got 4 more to go. The Puke Pouncer, the GOOD. He doesn't tell us what the acronym for good is. We can only assume. Maybe it's just because it's so good.
Just so good.
Yeah. Then we got the Reinforcer and the Cobra Clutcher.
The Cobra Clutcher is good. That works on a bunch of levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave E's giving us one with the Gut Buster.
So on this Facebook chat.
Hello, David.
Hey, Dave. How are you doing, bud? We have David E also said the Gut Buster.
Yeah.
There's Phil Tricathura said
that's our boy Phil.
Our boy Phil. He said the 4X.
That's a beer.
Yeah, because it's so X-rated. It's not for kids.
Extra. Well, 4X is a beer that we have here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Canada,
I don't think
very inappropriate. And then Richard Cox says the Slaughter, and I think when it's someone's last name, like Sergeant Slaughter, it's an acceptable term. When you're naming a child's toy the Slaughter, it may not be the best seller, but I love it. Yeah. We got the Phoenix Rider or the Slaughter Cannon. Slaughter Cannon is coming up a couple times here, and that was from Kristen Gassner.
Oh, that's Gazz.
Yeah, that's the Gazz. The Gazz.
That boy Gazz.
And then Antonio Fernandez just says threat. So I don't know if he wants to call it the threat or if he's threatening client or if he's threatening us, but he just says threat. So that's that's good. Kelly, the Slaughter daughter, says the Finisher out of the ones that we had suggested. because we'd put 5 up there ourselves that we had come up with just to get the conversation going. And then Adam Hurt says the 10 Hut or the 10 Hut, which I thought was cool.
That is cool.
Joseph Deagle says the Cage Crusher Mark III or MK3. And Lenny Kurt says the Heavy Hitter, and that, in fact, it is a heavy hitter.
Yeah.
And Eric Nelson, also another vote for the Finisher. And then he said if he could choose his own, he'd call it the Rule Breaker. I like that.
Right.
That
is cool.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Redmond Red says the Triple Z tank instead of the Triple T tank. And then Robert Romenko has given us 4 here: the Red, White, and Bruiser, the Stars and Strikes, Old Glory, or the Cobra Clutch. There's the Cobra Clutch coming into it. So those are all really good suggestions. The 5 that we posed originally were the Parts Unknown.
Yep.
That's like a wrestling reference, but also these are all these different parts that were brought together. The 4T, so it's bigger than the Triple T. It's the 4T, but also it's the 40th anniversary of G.I. Joe this year. And then there was the Finisher, which we've had a couple comments on. The Phoenix Driver, which we've talked about. And then the Hot Tag, which is, Sarge's down in his luck behind enemy lines, gets the hot tag, and then there we go.
So we also got the His Halter as an option. So I tweeted it out to Sarge. I sent him a private message with it, and he said that he thought it was bloody awesome. Nice. He did say that Gazz's idea was one of his favorites, but he also came up with another one for us. So Sarge says another name for the new Slaughtermobile should be the Manslaughter. That's straight from the Sarge himself.
I'm almost scared not to name it that.
Right. So he was a fan of the Slaughter Cannon as well as I did put that one out there, the Slaughter Cannon. But he was the Manslaughter, and if that's that needs to happen for something.
Yeah.
Quadra tank. That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think some of these names we could give to the weapons on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
The battering ram is already the Maggot Masher.
Yeah.
Like if you called if you called the missile the Hot Tag.
Yeah.
Right, because some of these ideas are too good not to use, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of good
for sure.
But yeah, so there's some stuff out there. So what do you guys think of all these? Where are you guys leaning? Because you guys both are big contributors to the video that we're going to be watching in under half an hour. So I'd love to hear your thoughts.
I thought at first something hilarious like Tiny. Sergeant Slaughter and the Tiny Tank. The 3 count, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
First degree girder. Yeah. That's pretty good. All right.
Oh, that's near the top of my list. The first 3.
Yeah. I like that. That's pretty good. I'm a sucker for the Cobra, the Slaughter Cannon.
Yeah. It's just what it is, right? What about yourself, Corey? You got any thoughts or?
Yeah, I've been trying to come up with something. I'm drawing a blank. There's a lot of good names out there already. I kind of like the Maggot Masher, but that works for the front as well. But yeah, there's some good ones there. I like the references to the wrestling, like the Cobra Clutch ones, something like that maybe.
Yeah.
But Manslaughter, that's an excellent one too, but that might be a little bit more for adults than children. But
Hasbro approved.
Hasbro approved Manslaughter. We're gonna get canceled.
Yeah.
This is a good idea too from Dave.
Oh,
the Powerhouse.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I was thinking also like the near fall, right? Because he was behind enemy lines. Things weren't great, and then he kicked out at 3, right? Like a near fall.
JLS Comics is in the house. Triple X, as in Zazel.
See now.
Yeah. You'll be let down. But We did read out your comment earlier. I don't know if you were in the chat at the time, but we did call out the one that you put down on the community tab as well. So thanks for adding in an option there for us.
When this is a big hit and a beloved part of G.I. Joe lore, we'll release another version of it like G.I. Joe used to do. But instead of having those World War I machine guns or the biplane machine guns, we'll just have a microphone there and it'll be called the Zazel. Driving around streaming.
No.
It'll be called the Stream of Consciousness.
I'll take it. All right, do it. Cater to my ego. The Power Slam. Dave's coming in with so Dave is obviously a huge wrestling fan anyway because of his creation for the Operation Recall. So yeah, he's a big fan of wrestling. So when he comes up with ones like Powerhouse, I was like, yeah, I can tell this guy. Power Slam, sorry, I can tell that he's a wrestling fan.
Yeah,
the Pile Driver. Driving around cutting a promo. Hilarious, yeah. Oh, this one's not bad. The Swagger Smasher.
The Swagger Smasher could be good. I keep going back to First Degree Girder.
Yeah, how good was that? The First
That
Degree
so
Girder.
good.
Yeah. It gives me a chuckle. This guy is he's a creative mind as well. Yeah,
I don't know. Like I never put those two together. The Girder murder, that was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the cricket.
So good. So good.
It gives me a chuckle. Speaking of chuckles, I thought when they brought out the 25th anniversary one, I needed to have him riding around in something. So I actually I can't remember who made it, but it was like a motorhome. It was like, and I had him in a motorhome. And I gave him the monkey that came with the Indiana Jones. What's her name? Marion?
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy drives around like just in this motorhome with his monkey, and everything had a hidden weapon in it. So the cupboards could open and there was a gun in there. The toilet could open and there was a gun in there. It's like everything had a gun in it. And that was his ride.
So I would, they gave us that. They gave us that Snake Eyes film a while ago, which I think left us all wanting a Snake Eyes film.
Still at the end of it, yes.
I would lay down my money right now for a Chuckles film of him just cruising around in a motorhome looking for secret Cobra operatives. He's in a Hawaiian shirt. He's got a monkey with him, maybe a kid sidekick that comes along for the ride, but it's Chuckles. Yeah. And you could just have him like on the phone, like you never see them, but it's like, yeah, hey Duke, how's it going? Yeah, no, I'm close. And you never see any other Joes.
Yeah,
You get texts from Snake Eyes and stuff. Like it would be hilarious.
And he's always because he's in a motorhome. He's always too slow to the action. So wherever he gets to the mission, they've already moved on.
Exactly.
So we got what would the TKO stand for? It's a great idea for a tank, but what's the acronym do we reckon it would be for this tank, other than tank something?
It's designed to kill others.
Oh, nice. Yes. We've got Brendan Haley in the house. Morning all. I will have to rewatch later to get all the stream, but want to drop in and support my friends. What a great topic. Brendan, you're a legend, my man.
Thank you, sir.
I look forward to catching up and having a beer. I look at Corbra Lang just peeking over the just peeking over the chat. Can I play too?
It would be a great gag if he was like,
I'll bring it back up. Yeah, peek over the edge. There he is.
Oh, now that would be the perfect time for just like a puppet to come up.
Yeah. If it was Ken, it would be Ralph the dog.
Right. Or soon to be just like a golden Ken.
Just a golden Ken. Golden Ken Awards coming up. All right, so we're very close. We're very close to the hour.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we each pick our favorite so far, and then we discuss from those three?
All right. Well, shit. Now we have another option that I missed. The Road Warrior. That's not bad either.
Mad Max.
All right. So I think this is a contender.
Yeah. First Degree Girder.
I'm gonna also throw in the Sword of Cannon just because I'm a total mark.
Yeah.
Yep. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah.
I like
the
that.
Winter Slam. That's actually hilarious. I like it. Corbra, if you could just lean over and let us know what your option is. I'm easily amused.
Let me see. Maybe Cobra Clutcher or Cobra Clutch.
Cobra Clutch.
Okay, so we got. Yeah, look, I feel like I've gone just the easy pick. I'm gonna change it up. As much as I like the Slaughter Cannon, I'm gonna switch it up, and I'm gonna pick one from up here. That one's pretty good. The Gut Buster. All right, I'm picking Gut Buster. The Gut Buster.
What was that one that was like the acronym? That was very, very like.
Oh, back in the community chat or
the community chat. There was like the Phoenix driver military.
Yeah.
One.
I'll go back into. I got to read the whole acronym again. I haven't memorized it.
You got it.
This guy really thought it out.
Yeah.
Community. Actually, that's a good point. This guy really thought. He gave us a whole list of ones. So he went with. That was Indian Toy Collector gave us the TPDCV, which was the Phoenix Driver Combat Vehicle.
Yeah, I like that.
But the other one, yeah, that is pretty good. And Skew Raider gave us the Order Up, or an Order.
A bit of a mouthful.
Yeah. The Altitude Nullifying Offensive Reconnaissance Detail Effective Rover.
Right.
Great options.
Yeah, I like the Indian Toy Collector acronym. Yep. I think that's very Hasbro. It's really on brand.
Yeah. TPDCV.
Yeah, the TPDCV.
The tipped. Yeah.
Because it's like it tipped the scales, the scale tipper.
Right. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. All right. So have we got?
Yeah. So I'm gonna my pick for would be the Indian Toy Collector's acronym, the Phoenix Driver.
Yeah.
Assault vehicle.
The TPDCV. Can you remember what it was again?
The Phoenix Driver Combat Assault Vehicle.
Well, there's no assault in it, but I imagine we could add it just easily, just fine. Yeah. The TPDCAV. We'll add an A. I'm sure he won't mind. We got another vote for the Phoenix Driver.
Yeah.
Or the Phoenix Driver Combat Vehicle.
Yeah.
So the PDCV. Yeah, this is tough. My ego wants me to pick Phoenix Driver too, but
like I know your ego does, and you can allow that. You're a big deal when it comes to the Sarge.
But no, the Sarge is a big deal when it comes to the Sarge. I'm small fry. Fry in comparison.
I think
we'll take the small fry.
the Phoenix Driver hits on a lot of levels.
Yeah.
The acronym works. I think this is coming from the Ashes works. Sounds like a wrestling move.
True.
I think that on all levels, it's a real Hasbro Joe callback.
Right. Yeah.
I think that one has the most pluses in the category.
Small fry. Yeah. I get your argument. It is very Hasbro esque with its acronyms. Yeah. You're not going to get a disagreement from me.
There you go.
Corey, are you on the bandwagon for the?
I think that's great with the Phoenix too, because it comes from the scrapyard and everything too. So
right.
Yeah, it works on all levels.
Can you bring out a mini version of a Zazel figure to drive? Man, if I had my own action figure, you can't make G.I. Joes hold hands, but I would try. Here's another good one for Armored Driver Assault Machine, the Adam. Up and Adam.
Up and at them.
That's very good.
I would call it the A.D.A.M. bomb, like the atom bomb.
Yeah, nice. Yes.
Right. But I appreciate that, but I'm like, I can't pick my own name. I can't call it the Atom.
That's really cool, though. That's really cool. That's a great acronym.
Yeah.
Armored Driver Assault Machine. Yeah.
That'll be the next project. We have a bunch of names. I'm going to make a tank for all of these names.
Yeah. You got to make the Zazel tank. What's the X stand for?
Extreme.
X is just for don't stop.
Oh man, the Exeter.
All right. Well, we got. So are we picking it? Are we picking it?
I think we're stamping it. I think we're gonna. Yeah, I think Dale's nailed it there with the perfect. I think this is the Phoenix Driver combat vehicle.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, I also rose from the ashes from a junkyard. Yeah, the Adam acronym is outstanding. Peppermint Oil Capsule, I will say yours is a very close. If there isn't a vehicle coming down the line called the First Degree Girder,
well,
yeah.
Part of my mind wants to put a First Degree Girder bumper sticker on it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, on the back.
So that'll happen, and I'll put some pictures of that up on the Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah,
the kids still say wicked. Doesn't matter. I've said it.
We say it.
The big ordnance beast. Get in the bob.
Get on the bob.
Ultimate puke destroyer. That's good too. That is good too.
UPD sounds like a birth control method, though.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Right, so, guys, I've pinned in the comments. If I did it correctly, I've pinned this in the comments, and this is going to lead us over to Adam's channel. Go figure, where he's going to give us. Oh, and don't forget, Corey did add some to the video as well. So
Corey's going to be the pop of the video, I think.
Right, it's all downhill from there. But if we could get everyone in the chat to jump over after this stream and watch the live premiere. Well, the premiere's playing live; it's pre-recorded.
Right.
Premiere of what we've essentially decided is the Phoenix something. What was it again, Adam?
Driver combat vehicle.
Oh, it's so good. Okay, the Phoenix Driver combat. The acronym. We're gonna imagine what would acronym for acronym be?
My mind just exploded.
X would be experimental. Well, if you know anything about me, no, I'm too lazy to be experimental. The TPCV.
Right.
It could be birth control.
If you get one of the Street Fighter movie Joe figures,
yeah,
you have the PCVD driven by the JCVD.
I think I had that once.
Yeah.
It cleared up. It cleared up
real quick.
TPDCV. I'm suffering from TPDCV. Yeah. I don't know. We go off topic sometimes, but it's a good laugh.
I was almost going to make a joke that these will be available on GoFigure Pulse, but I didn't want to.
It's OnlyFans, but for GoFigure.
Right. Ridiculous. All right.
This is a one of a kind, I guess, Adam? Or
so, like I said earlier, I'm going to upload all of the printed files up to my Cults 3D page, the GoFigure there. And you can get these Leonard tank shells pretty easily. Like they reissued it, I think, like 23 times. So they're around. So if you want one, it can be done. It's not all the work is done because they're all designed. So it's just a matter of printing and placing.
Okay.
So
you do that stuff off your or off your YouTube page too, don't you? Can't you get stuff that you print?
Yeah. So I have the link in my description to my Cults page, which just takes you over there. And
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah. I think World War II weapons would tear apart any Cobra vehicle, like the stun
of any era. Yeah.
Just come on.
Wrestling with Savage is in the house saying, "What's up? Big shout out to Sergeant Slaughter. Nothing but respect and love for him and the family. Keep up the great work, guys." Yeah, we've got a lot of respect for Sarge too.
Yes, sir.
The ultimate G.I. Joe. Well, that's right. So basically, you've got a tank on a tank here, right?
Yeah. It's just it's ready to go. I thought it would be cool if it would be big enough that like the Triple T could go into the back and it could be like a little.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
But if we ever get Hasbro to make an official Phoenix driver, we'll make sure that the Triple T can fit in the back.
Another option is to have the Triple T form the cockpit of what would be a larger vehicle, and it just comes out like the Batmobile, how it's that little pod comes out.
Maybe that's the next project is you work for a base for the Triple T. You got to figure that out.
Yeah, they have laser bullets.
But if you watch the show, we learned that laser bullets don't do a whole lot of damage, and there was a lot of damage done in World War II and World War I. So, just throwing it out
there. no parachutes. If you go down, you're going down.
Exactly. All right. Well, I think we're 4 minutes away from the video dropping.
Let's jump into that now. We're going to meet you all into the chat. This is the link. It's in. I've pinned it. It's also in the description of this video. If you can't find the pinned post, if I've done that incorrectly, well, guess what? It's also in the comment section. No, in the description, the channel description. Words, Zazel, words. And if you subscribed to GoFigure, you'll find it there anyway. So let's all jump over there now. We'll meet you all in the chat. I look forward to gushing over this even more so and watching your creative process. But thanks for being on the show, guys. This has been fun.
Thanks for having me. I super appreciate this, and both you guys.
Yeah, it's nice seeing you guys.
We're dismissed.